Okay, friends, before we start this wisdom, let's do 5 minutes of meditation and then we'll start the session. So please sit comfortably, clasp your hands, fingers into fingers, cross your legs, and observe your normal, natural breath. We have been working on different things from morning. So this is the perfect time for us to relax. Just relax each and every part of your body with the gratitude. This time is yours. Forget about everything and just relax yourself. Observe your body. Be thankful to your ankle, to your legs, to your knees, calf muscles, your thigh muscles. Speak gratitude to them and let them relax. Relax your abdomen. Relax each and every organ in your body. Your liver, your bladder, your heart, your lungs, your stomach. Just relax them. Relax your shoulders. Relax your hands. Relax your fingers. Relax your throat. Your face, nose, mouth, teeth, ears, your brain. Each and every cell in your body is relaxed now. Feel the energy which is passing through you and cleansing each and every cell of your body. Enjoy the energy. Be in this pleasant state just for 2 minutes. Slowly place your hands on your eyes. On a count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Before opening your eyes, just say thank you to yourself, to your family, to your parents, to Mother Earth, to universe, and to each and every being who are helping you to grow in the spiritual path. Thank you, thank you, thank you everyone for joining. Please open your eyes. I hope everybody knows me. This is Kalpana. I'm from Dallas. I've been meditating from past 2008, 18, and which is helping me to come out of the stress and all these issues which everybody face in the materialistic life. They are not issues, but activities, responsibilities. So I know the first session, practice which I have done in this journey was 21-day mirror work. That was one of the first and foremost activity or sadhana which I have done, and which helped me a lot. That's the reason I thought there were a lot of requests regarding this, so I felt like this is a perfect time to share the knowledge which I have learned. So as you know, we also do the morning sessions, the Bhagavad Gita in there. The chapter which I was telling today morning was knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge is something which we gain by reading, by listening, by seeing, whatever the case it might be. You'll be gaining knowledge. Unless you practice it, you don't. If you do the sadhana of the learning what you learned, of the knowledge you learned, that's the one which we need to. That's the one which we practice it. Then only we will gain the wisdom. And once you gain the wisdom, you need to serve it. That's the ultimate fruit, you can call it. So that's what I felt like, okay, this is a first thing which I thought, okay, this is a perfect one so that everybody knows about this. So as you know, this is a 21-day. I'm just making sure it is not, I don't know whether I can cover. I'm hoping I'll cover everything in 2 days, but it's again, as it goes, we will see. But first thing, what I want to share is I'll go through the key concepts about this 21-day mirror work, and then let's have an interaction. If you guys feel like, okay, Kalpana, I have this question, just shoot the question. It doesn't matter that I need to stop or anything. Just unmute yourself and ask the question. I want it to be very interactive. Then only everybody will gain the knowledge. This is a platform for discussion, not for just me talking and you listening. I hope that's fine with everyone. So the first thing what I thought to share was regarding the 21-day. As you can see my screen, I'm just sharing my screen. This is how I have started the day. And my practice is whatever you learn, please write it down on a book or a piece of paper. Then only when you start writing, your fingers, because the 5 senses, your eyes, your touch, the senses are the one which is making you to remember them. So I have wrote down the all 21 day on a sheet of paper, and the thing what I learned from that chapter or that day is what I'm sharing with you all. So the day one, as you can see, what is this day one, which Louise Hay, um, everybody knows about this author. She's a very um, famous lady who has given this tool for us where anybody can do this. It's very simple and easy technique which we can use it anywhere. So the first day she talks about loving yourself. Have we ever loved yourself? You know how to love your kids, you know how to love your family. Have you ever loved yourself? That's the first thing she talks about. Have you loved yourself? That's the question she asks. And if you haven't done that, then that is the main thing which you're not having, because the only friend you can think of, I'm pretty sure you all are doing sadhana by now. You know that we are all eternal souls, and we are here to experience what we need to learn. The soul is the one which is the only friend which we have. It doesn't matter, we doesn't need to have a physical form for that. It's there with us, it's within us, it guides us, but we never look into that. And the only way to look into that is to do meditation. And this is another technique, I would say. There are different ways to connect to yourself. So this is one of the technique which she was talking, whereas meditation, which we are doing right now, is also a way to connect to ourselves and get to learn how to do the activities, how to do our responsibilities. But this is physically how you can do this, because your eyes are the one which will help you to connect to yourself. Because when you take the tool, which is the mirror in this in this context, when you look into the mirror, your eyes are the one which are looking into the mirror, and the reflection comes back to your eye lenses and it goes, you are looking within. The eyes are the doors for our soul. That's how it will be connected. So when we start using that tool, how to use that tool is what she's talking about in the first chapter. The tool which you need to use to love yourself is mirror. So when you are doing the first thing, they will be like, what? You're talking in front of a mirror? How silly it is. That's the first feeling everybody has. But then that's wrong. We are basically making sure. I can't see any. Okay, I think I'll go with this only because I can't see if anybody's giving any message or anything. Okay, yeah. So what she says is that's how we have to connect with, we have to use the tool called mirror. In this, they were telling about one of the girls. She is like 2 years. I forgot that girl's name when I did the session. It was in the YouTube, where they told about a young girl who is 3 years old. And whenever her mom says, you are not doing good or you have done something wrong, then she goes in front of the mirror, standing in front of the mirror, and she was shouting, why am I not doing this? But I still love you, my dear friend. And the child doesn't know what she is doing, but if you observe, she was talking to herself and appreciating herself that you can improve. But she was crying because she wants to improve. She's not crying for what she has done wrong. So that's the thing we need to understand. Like, by looking into mirror, you have to appreciate, encourage yourself, because you should not, you should never discourage yourself. Whatever you are, whoever you are, whatever stage you are in, you have to always encourage. That's what this whole 21 day mirror work is all about. So um, after the first day, then the second thing, your mirror is your friend. As I was telling, your soul is your mirror, your soul is your friend, your mirror is your friend too, because with the help of mirror, you are connecting to your soul. So that becomes another friend to you. And oh, I forgot one more thing. The first chapter is always you should be in that um, faith that I am open and receptive to whatever I'm doing. It doesn't matter who is observing you or who is saying anything wrong about you. That's not your thing. You should be open and accept this new thing in your life. In that way, it will be helping you. And the second chapter, which is your mirror is your friend. So here also, just in front of your mirror, you can take a small pocket size mirror, or the restroom mirrors, which are the pretty big ones, or you just a hand hold kind of mirror, whichever you feel comfortable. But just hold it and look into that mirror, look into your eyes, and say to yourself, I love you. I really, really love you. And repeat this whenever you go in front of the mirror. And that's the thing, that's the exercise you have to be doing on this day, the second day. That's the first step she talks in this on this day, where using mirror, what you need to say, what kind of affirmation you need to use. And you should be always, I'm deserving on what I'm doing. So I you should always encourage. That's the key thing about this. So that's day 2. And then she talks about third day, which is always monitoring your self-talk. So I'm pretty sure everybody were doing self-talk, but not as an encouragement, but as a discouragement. Like, when I was watching that video, or within my, I'll go with my own kind of experience. Whenever I go in front of the mirror, I discourage myself. Before, not now. Before, I used to be like, why did I do this wrong? I used to cry, or whenever I feel upset, or if something goes wrong, I used to talk the thing what happened wrong and discourage myself. That's how I used to be. But we never use a self-talk to encourage ourselves. That's what this third day, monitoring your self-talk, is all about. Again, stand in front of the mirror, look into your eyes. Whatever I say to myself, I say it with love. Keep saying it over and over. That's fine. Whenever you see the mirror, just say, I love you, my dear friend. I really, really love you. And you should be like always those strong words. I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm compassionate, I'm very creative, I'm worth loving, I'm lovable. These kind of words are the ones which we need to use. We need to change the self-talk which I was doing previously, versus what I'm doing right now, where I'm encouraging myself. Whatever the old junk was there, just release it. Always forget about the past and future. Just stay in the present moment and enjoy. Don't worry about what you have done previously. With the knowledge, now practice it. That's how you can gain. So I always so in third day, she all the thought she always puts, she always says is, I always have a choice, because whatever I do, I have a choice. In that choice, with your knowledge, with your intellect, you need to figure out which one is good for you and which one will gives you immense happiness versus the other. So that's how you have to monitor. Um, and then the next thing, the fourth day, let me pause for a moment. If anybody have any questions from the first two, three chapters, let me know. Any questions or suggestions? Okay, looks like you can go forward. Okay, now fourth day. The fourth day is all about letting go of your past. Let go whatever the blames of you have released, just release them. Let go everything, whatever it happened. Forgive. Um, whether you have done knowingly or unknowingly, just forgive, and we have to move on. That's the thing which we need to build it going forward, so that you will be staying in the present moment and you'll be doing. On this day also, she says the same. Always, when you go in front of the mirror, just take a deep breath and have that, like, whenever you are connecting to yourself, there is a calm, pleasant state where it will be um, giving you a happiness, giving you the soft touch whenever the mother touches her child. That feeling, with that feeling, just observe your breath and then look into the mirror again. Look at your forehead and imagine that you are pressing an eject button on your old belief. Like when you play a movie in a video player, you will be pressing the eject button to put a new CD or anything. In the similar way, you have to eject all your old belief systems which you have, the negative thoughts that were playing in your head. Um, and then you have to eject all those things and reach up with your hand and imagine that you are pulling this recording out of your head and throwing it away. Think it in that way. You're recycling it, not throwing away. Basically, you're recycling all those things. Now look deeply into your eyes and let's make a new recording of positive beliefs and affirmations. Again, there is nothing different. Again, she says, I really love you, my dear friend. I love you. I love you. And I'm willing to let go. I release, I let go. That's basically, if you feel like, okay, something went wrong, and at that moment you feel like that emotions which come into your body, that's the exact time where you need to tell to yourself, okay, let me take a pause, get up from the place where you were sitting and go to a restroom or wherever you want. Take deep breath and tell, if you have a mirror, use the mirror. If not, just close your eyes, touch your heart, and tell to yourself, I'm willing to let go, whatever happened. I'm here to learn. I let go. I release all tension, all fears, all angers, all the guilt, all the sadness. I let go all of that. I'm at peace with myself. I'm at peace with myself. That's the easy way to tell to yourself that I'm at peace. So repeat the same thing whenever you feel something. Like we always say, observe your breath and count, or whichever tool works for you. But here she says, just take a moment and just go to restroom and just say these words to yourself. Let go. I want to be in a peaceful state, in a happy state. It This will help you to overcome all your difficulties, and you will learn how to let go. That's all about chapter 4, which is letting go of your past. And the fifth one, building your esteem, which is basically love yourself with respect, gratitude. As you can see, I don't know if you guys can see, but love yourself with respect, gratitude, and the realization that your body, mind, soul are a miracle to be appreciated. Because without this body, we can't experience. Without the mind, we can't do our work. Without the soul, we can't gain the wisdom. So all are important for us. We have to be very gratitude to ourselves. So um, in every day, we have to make sure we are loving each and every part. Again, for this, she says the same thing. Stand in front of your mirror, look into your eyes. I love and approve of myself. I love and approve of myself. Try, do this mantra like uh, every time when you pass around across a mirror, just tell to yourself, I love and approve of myself. That's the main thing which you always, when you start loving yourself, your whole body, your thoughts are filled with love, and you will improve. Your day will go peacefully. That's the main point on day 5. The affirmation is basically, I love and approve of myself. And day 6, she talks about, um, she give in, I'm not going through each and every example, but if you read that book, you'll get the knowledge. But the inner meaning, that's what the inner meaning of each chapter is what I'm trying to focus on. And let me know if you have any questions or anything. Okay, and then the 6th chapter is all about releasing your inner critics. This is a big one, which is a pretty big thing in our life. So we have the habit of judgment. We always judge by looking at something or by listening to something. We always judge. We complain, or if something goes wrong with yourself, then we will criticize ourselves. So we have to break those habit of judgment, self-criticism, and go beyond the need to put ourselves down. So you have to break all these habits of judgment, criticism, putting yourself down, all these negative thoughts which make you uh, sadness, which creates the emotion to feel um, sad, or which brings the sorrow. Those kind of criticisms needs to be resolved. They need to be released. For this, she says the same thing. Again, go in front of the mirror, look into the mirror, look straight. looking into the mirror, when you are looking into your mirror, you will be looking into your eyes. Now, you now if you are still uncomfortable looking into your eyes, then concentrate on your mouth or your nose. This is the first time she says, instead of looking into eyes, if you still feel like I'm not able to look into your eyes, you feel something weird in that, then you can use the mouth or nose. It's up to you, but look into the mirror, because now this is where she talks about the inner child. The inner child is nothing but your soul. They use inner child. That's the one, who uh, is the one which is growing from childhood, with all belief systems, with all your judgment, with all your criticisms, with all the experience from the seniors. You is the time to talk to your inner child. That inner child wants to grow and blossom. To blossom, it needs your love, it needs your acceptance, it needs your pride. You need to praise, saying that I love you, my dear friend. I'm here for you. I'm doing the things which will be useful for both of us. So the affirmations, again, the same thing. I love you. I love you. I know you are doing the best. You are perfect. I approve of myself. So this is the what she talks about in this chapter, where um, you will be talking to your inner child. Till now, she was concentrating from first chapter to fifth chapter. She was just concentrating on how to get us connected with the mirror. By sixth chapter, she says, if you are still not comfortable, use nose or um, mouth. But then those are not the things. What she is saying is, we need to connect to your inner child, because the inner child is the one which needs to be happy. To make that happy, we always need to love her. We need to encourage her. So that's what this chapter is all about, um, encouraging your inner child. That's chapter 6. And chapter 7, she talks about uh, loving yourself. Whatever we have learned so far, from chapter 1 to 6, she asks, are you practicing um, the affirmations? I love you. I really love you, my dear friend. You can put your name too. I love you. I really love you, Kalpana. I love you. As many times as you want, whenever you go in front of the mirror, just play this um, affirmation words, mantras, whatever you call it, that I really love you. Always make a new CD with new positive affirmations. I'm willing to let go. I'm worth loving. I'm perfect the way I am. So, this is basically by day 7, you are breaking up your old beliefs and discovering your future possibilities. All my experience are right for me. It doesn't matter whether it is good or bad. You just need to go with your experiences, how you are gaining. And the next chapter, which is 8th chapter, which is all about, um, I'll try to stop after 10th so that we can, I don't, I hope everybody are getting what I'm going with these chapters. We will discuss if there are any questions. Okay, and on day 8, it's loving your inner child, because she started on day 6. She talked about the inner child, but she didn't say. She was just saying you need to connect with your inner child. Here, moving forward, she talks about how to connect with your inner child. I mean, not connect, basically, how to communicate with your inner child. That's what I embrace my inner child with love. That's the um, thought, the positive thought which you need to have every day in your life to make sure I'm I'm giving my I'm giving as much love I can to my child, to my inner child. So you have to look beyond the adult, like you see in the mirror, and meet your inner child. Because when you are looking in the mirror, you should not be seeing this um, adult kind of picture in the mirror. You have to look at your inner, where it is pure. When you are looking your childhood, if you think of any childhood memory, you were happy in those. So just talk to your inner child in the mirror. You can look at the photo or your own eyes, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Uh, when you were a child, if you have a nickname, just use those nicknames and speak to your inner child with that name. She gives some suggestions, like you can sit in front of the mirror, or you can uh, sit on a chair and talk with your inner child by looking at the photo. Open your heart and share the utmost happiness, positive thought, or whichever thought which may comes into your mind when you were in that younger stage and you were so happy. Bring those emotions now and tell to yourself, I love you, my dear friend. I'm here for you. You are safe. I'll take care of you. I'm with you. These affirmations will make your inner child secure and filled with love. So that's what she talks about on day 8. I embrace my inner child with love. So now the ninth chapter, which is all about, again, the second part of the inner child, how to love your inner child. Um, Here also, she talks about the thought is always I'm willing to change and grow. We should not go with the old every day the same pattern kind of thing. Try to see what you can change and how you can grow. That's the thought which you need to have. And one of the first statement that you can make when you talk to your inner child is an apology. You can say that I'm sorry. Like when you are, let's say, if you didn't do a self talk from past 2 3 days, then you can say, I'm sorry, my dear friend, I haven't talked to you. It's not only now, when you start, for the first time, when you start talking to your inner child, you just need to say sorry, because you never got connected to that and you never talked with her. The self talk with your inner child was never done from past so many years. So now I realized, as if you're talking to your friend, that's how you have to be talking to your child, inner child. And eventually, that you will make a connection and you will connect whenever you want. And at that time, you don't need any mirror or any tool. Your heart, your hands, your mind, everybody will be helping you to connect to yourself. That's what they were talking in the ninth chapter, which is loving your inner child. And the 10th chapter is the most important one, I would say. Along with those, this is one of the most, because um, in a day we will be doing a lot of things and we don't care of our body. As you see, when we started the session, I was just trying to make sure we have been doing a lot of things from morning. We never say thank you to our body. I haven't done this until I knew about this knowledge from this mirror work only. I used to have a lot of leg pains, body pains, everything. But once I started doing this practice of mirror work, that's when I came to know that I have to love my body. Once I start loving my body, I can heal the pain. I used to have leg pains, knee pains, ankles, like whenever I walk, the ankles will be hurting. So all kinds of pains which I had. And the the worst one is my teeth pain. So those are the pains which I had. And I used to be like, okay, I think I did something wrong. I have walked so fast or did something without knowing what I was doing that might hurt you. So I'm really sorry, my dear. Whichever part it is hurting, I'm sorry about that. It's not now you know how to talk to yourself, to your inner child, which is basically yourself, and now you're talking to your body. And that's how you can heal any kind of pains which you have. And you will have that um, full knowledge about how to release all these pains. We have to listen carefully what body is trying to tell you. As an example, I'll give an example of mine where whenever I go to any restaurant and eat any fast food, I used to get mouth ulcers. And I was like, oh, because I love those, I was eating too fast and the ulcer came like that. But the thing is, there is something in those bread which is affecting me. I didn't know that till I was concentrating what it is doing. So when I eat the bread which is um, not Italian, it's my body. So what I was trying to say is once you start observing what your body is saying, you will know and you will stop doing that and you can heal that. So that's what this whole loving your body, healing your pain, where the pain is coming, what it is telling to you, what you need to learn from that. That's all about this loving your body as well. And the affirmation she says, I love my amazing body. I'm safe. I trust the process of life. I'm fearless. And keep repeating these words like healthy, nourishing food. I allow my body to rest when it needs. And use these affirmations as and when you get a chance to talk to yourself. But the main thought you need to have is I listen carefully to my body messages. Okay, I'll just pause over here and we'll see if anybody have any questions or any comments, any questions.
Hi, Kalpana. This is
Hi.
Sushma.
Yeah, Shishma, please.
First of all, thank you very much, Kalpana, for this mirror work wisdom. So we have done the book, but this is really good refresh. Actually,
Yeah.
you have covered very important points like how self love is very important, right? And another one was letting go of your past
Mm-hmm.
is is also very important one,
Yep.
and you always have choices to make,
Yep.
right?
That's exactly true.
Yeah, and acknowledging and communicating with inner child, that's how you heal your inner child. And lastly, you mentioned about loving your body as well.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
yeah, thank you very much, Kalpana. This is like good refresh, we do,
Yeah,
but we forget also.
exactly.
And
Exactly.
this is because everything starts with self love, right? We
Mhm.
talk about so many spiritual concepts, but everything to start with, we have to love ourselves. So this
Yep.
is very important wisdom. And thank you very much, Kalpana, for sharing.
No, 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 not at all. Thank you for giving me this opportunity so that I can share the wisdom. For me, I always try to put it so that I can just open the book and go through that, what I have written. And it's, as you said, it's a revision. Whenever we want to know this, we want, we need to practice them. Once you, if you forget something and you feel somewhere something is going wrong, there is always a knowledge which you have, which you need to practice. That's what all these are. They are
Right.
helping us.
Yeah, but it's a great tool. I agree
Mm-hmm.
with you,
Yep.
Kalpana.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Shushma.
Thank you.
If not, we will do 10 minutes meditation and we'll end the session and we'll continue the remaining 10 tomorrow. Unless anybody have any other questions. Okay.
Kalpana, this is Shanti.
Hi, Shanti.
Nice session, Kalpana. My question is, in the last point you mentioned that you found out that you are allergic to bread,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
How did you found out that?
So I was trying to figure out, that was really an interesting kind of experiment which I have done based on this knowledge. It's basically, first I was um, having the Subway bread, and I was comparing whenever I eat that bread. That was, I tried. There are different varieties of Subway breads, so I
Okay.
was trying each and everything. It was the Italian one with a different cheese kind of it, and that was causing. And then I was having somewhere outside another place where I forgot the place, restaurant, but wherever I have the fast food, that's when the mouth ulcers were coming. Whereas the bread, which I get it regularly from Sprout, and when I have it daily, I don't have any of those issues, even though I'm eating. I thought it was like, un- I feel so stupid how I was thinking, like, oh, I'm hungry. That's why I'm eating fast. That's the reason my mouth ulcer came. That's the first and foremost thing I used to tell to myself. But then once I started observing what is this, why I'm getting, and that's when, touchwood till now, I haven't got that. So my mouth ulcers from past 3 years, I don't have any. So
Yeah.
that's the experience. We just need to experiment with different types. That's how I did different types of bread to figure out why. Because one of my friend in colleague in office, she was telling, because whenever she has a kind of bread, her whole mouth gets um, some wound kind of thing, that it gets swollen. Basically, her
Okay.
mouth gets swollen. That reminds me, okay, there is something which is happening to me. Maybe I should observe. And that's when I was like neglecting. When she said, I didn't concentrate. But when I have done this mirror work in 2018, this is my first and foremost one. That's when I was like, okay, let me observe what is going on with my bread thing. And that's how I was able to figure it out.
Thank you, Kalpana. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you, Shanti. Thanks, friends. Let's close with this wisdom. Just sit comfortably. Again, observe your normal natural breath. whatever the knowledge you have gained, is for your good. Tell it to yourself that I'll start practicing them. So a new beginning starts in your life. Just be in this moment for 3 minutes. Slowly place your hands on your eyes. On the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Slowly open your eyes. Thank you each and everyone for joining this session and giving me this wonderful opportunity to share my knowledge. Thank you. Thank you.